Today I'm showing you my Bant Soul Herder deck for Historic. The premise of the deck is to play low mana value creatures to get your value off for the game, such as exiling, getting handpicked disruption, and different toolbox mechanics, and eventually overwhelm your opponent with as much value with the Soul Herder as you can. We play 3 copies of Dovin's Veto. For any board sweepers, we play 3 steps ahead to counter and or make any tokens that we need of any of our value in the Coco to obviously hit our pieces. Alright, let's jump into a game. This is a very decent hand. We're going to keep this. We lack the blue, but we get the blue off of the treasure token. Okay, well, opponent's taking their time. Alright, we'll just lead on a Temple Garden and pass. Elves. That's fine. We will Innkeeper. Make the treasure. Next turn, we can lead on. Ooh, this is a tough one. Actually, I think I'm gonna do it like that. And now play the Soul Herder. We get the extra life. Blink our Innkeeper for life and an extra treasure token. Next turn, we'll go ahead and deploy the Elite Spellbinder. That'll also give us a counter for our Soul Herder. Oh, there's really quick hand for opponent. Play the land. Go ahead and play the Elite Spellbinder. Take the Craterhoof Behemoth. I think we... Elite Spellbinder. To gain extra life. Opponent just had it. Nothing I can do about it. Alright, on to the next one. Okay. This is a keepable hand. Generates a lot of value. Here we'll play the companion for the draw. If we didn't draw the breeding pool, we would have just deployed the Innkeeper for the treasure. Let's go to combat. Let's play the breeding pool. Try to draw again. Here we're looking for a Spellbinder to look at their hand. If we get that and the Dranith Magistrate, we're able to make it to where they can't play out of their exile. Let's go ahead and hit them for 2. Okay, here we shock in and Hollowed Fountain. Play the Charming Prince. Let's go ahead and blink see if we can draw out some removal. No. In the turn, go ahead and draw. I'm not too worried because we have a veto in hand. We found Soul Herder, which could get us an extra draw. They might have a Supreme Verdict. Let's go ahead and get in for 4. We'll deploy the El Ganjo. We're not seeing creatures. Deploy the Soul Herder. We'll blink the Charming Prince. And then Charming Prince will blink a companion. In case they do play a Supreme Verdict. We get a creature on the board, and it also grows our Soul Herder a little bit more. Teferi, Dovin's Veto. Okay, here I think we're just meant to play the Simeon's Simulacrum. An opponent couldn't deal with it. Looks like they didn't have a board sweeper. Alright, let's get to the next one. It's a decent hand we'll keep. Authority of the Consuls doesn't really bother us too much. Other enchantments have Shroud. This could be a 9 lives deck. Solemnity. We do have main board answers for this deck. Let's go ahead and hit for 1. Play the Overgrown Tomb, Soul Herder. Grow our treasure count. They do gain the life, but we get an extra treasure. They do prevent our Soul Herder from growing, which is fine. We will veto that, because that would give their other enchantment Shroud. Let's go ahead and hit them. Here, we'll go ahead and play the Apparition. Take their thing that gives everything Shroud. We will blink the Apparition to take out another of their pieces, so we can grow our Soul Herder again. Are they sweeping the board? Yes, they are. That's fine. I think we just pass and play Coco. Fountain of Renewal, we don't care about it. We're gonna eat the 3. There's argument we just deploy it and get rid of it, but if they if they play anything, we can just do this in response if they have like a Mana Tithe. Night of Autumn's a really good answer. We have Soul Herder in hand, so we want... Oh, I misplayed. Here, I think we Spellbinder. That would have been a very fine grab. Charming Prince. Now we just look for answers since I screwed up my Coco. They get in for the 3. I think we want to leave that up. Settle the wreckage. We do not let happen. And we do not need another Spellbinder. And now that we know that's in the deck, we won't fall for it again. This time we're just going to get in with Elite Spellbinder. We Soul Herd. Deploy another Charming Prince. We're going to go ahead and blink our Charming Prince. At the end step, we blink our Spellbinder. Look at their hand. It's an Angel of Destiny. We'll go ahead and blink Spellbinder. We do have the answer for the token. We want to keep repeatedly bouncing our Spellbinder to keep our opponent from doing their game plan, whatever that may be. And it's 9 lives. That is what we were fearing. Let's go ahead and get in. We will play the Brutal Cathar, so they can no longer threatening us with lethal. Well, not lethal, but getting towards lethal. Grows our Soul Herder. I normally would play the land, but we don't need to yet. Let's go ahead and Charming Prince. We'll bounce the Spellbinder. This way that we keep doing it, yes, we keep gaining them life, but we do keep them from sweeping our entire board. Phyrexian Unlife. The Coco is a good draw here. I can win the game if I find an apparition. I do not. And I misplayed again. We just bounce a Charming Prince. Bouncing a Charming Prince. Ugh, I keep forgetting about Grafdigger's Cage. I think they hit the Soul Herder. That's fine. We want to scry. Nothing we want to draw. There is the apparition. We do get the game. GG, opponent. Even won through my really bad misplace with the collected company. We just had enough value. Let's get to it. This is a fair hand. We will play the Spar headquarters. Our tap plan. So they're playing red. We don't really have a hand designated to fight that yet. We do draw the apparition, which is really good. Able to take their threats. They clock us for 2. They pitch a channeler. What's the alchemy version? Just +2 +0. Okay. Let's go ahead and play the dream route. Let's get in for 1. Let's play the Skyclave. So we don't have to deal with the Dragon Rage anymore. If they kill the apparition before it resolves, they just outright lose their channeler. Which they're doing. Chandra dressed to kill is fine.
Don't think a fancy dress means I didn't come here to fight. Aw, you're looking a little singed.
They kill our companion. Here, I believe we just play the tap land and Night of Autumn. Put counters on. This looks like an honest, fair burn deck. Let's go ahead and play the forest. Swing in. Play Soul Herder. We'll bounce the Night of Autumn. We'll just get rid of the enchantment now while we can. I wanted to gain the life there, but I didn't want to take a chance of them interrupting that interaction on their turn.
We should all follow our hearts.
I would normally counter the spell, but since we have El Ganjo in our hand, there's not a need. We can swing or when they block or do whatever. We can just El Ganjo and not have to worry about it. We make the treasure token. Play Temple Garden tapped. Here, I'm going to... I don't want to risk losing my creatures. We'll just blow up the roiling again. We have the veto to protect any of our creatures. They found another channeler.
Just improvise.
Spellbinder's a good draw. There we would have just deployed the Spellbinder to see what was in their hand. And then I think we would have, because we no longer needed the Knight of Autumn's utility, we got rid of the vortexes, we would have swung Knight. They would have attempted the block, I would assume. We Elgonjo'd and then held up the Dovin's veto. Alright, let's get to it again. This is a pretty fair hand. It's slow, but fair. Soul Warden. Let's play the Spara, our tap land. Alright, let's go ahead and play our Temple Garden tapped. I think next turn we'll go ahead and Skyclave Apparition their Essence Channeler. Is it when it dies? Okay. Glacial Fortress Apparition. They gain the life, which is fine. Next turn we Soul Herd. Fountain of Renewal's fine. You gain your life, that's fine. We'll take 5. Go ahead and Soul Herd now. Play Breeding Pool tapped. End the turn. Take care of Voice of the Blessed. Now our Soul Herder's the biggest on board. If we make it to next turn, we're able to protect him. Alright, what's Spellbinder? Here, I think we just want to take the Cleric class. Not swing. And that causes a concession from our opponent with all of our blinking effects. Eventually, they would have not been able to play too much. My Soul Herder would have got out of control, and we could have kept hitting them over the top. And let's get to the next one. We're missing the green mana for this hand, but it looks pretty promising. We're gonna keep it. Lead on Island. Play Glacial. was hope we draw a green source or just any land. And we got it? Okay. So we have to answer this pretty quickly. I think what I'm supposed to do here is play Soul Herder and try to draw out before it gets too crazy. Because we're about to get in really bad danger zone. We lose the Soul Herder. We let the 6 come in. This point, I think we just set up for innkeepers. Try to get some health back. What is Umbra? Okay. This is where it gets really bad. Our only out is, well, that is a game over. Our only way out of that one was drawing into a sky apparition, taking the Sheltered by Ghost that had the Soul Herder, have the Soul Herder come back into play, blink the sky apparition to target the Light Paws. That was our way out. It's a fair hand. We'll keep it. Have all the colors. We have some counters. I have collected company. Let's Charming Prince. Set up our next draws. We want the land and we do want the innkeeper. So we're going to put it like that. Harmonic Prodigy. So here we'll just go ahead and play the tap land. Go ahead and play Innkeeper. If something happens to our land, we can rely on the treasure for collected company. Ideally, we'd really want to hit a Soul Herder into like a Sky Clave Apparition or a Spirited Companion. We'll just eat the 2. We'll go ahead and play Coco, Soul Herder, and a Brutal Cathar. Here, I think we just take the Dreadhorde Arcanist. Hit them for 2. try to set up our draws. We like that. We do not need another Charming Prince. I did not expect Soul Herder to stay alive. That's fine. We'll go ahead and play it while they're tapped out. We're gonna put the counters on the Brutal Cathar. Swing both. Blink the Charming Prince again. Set up our draws again. They may end up killing the Herder again. We really need the Herder to stick around to keep, because now the way it's looking, because we have the veto in hand, we want to keep blinking the Simulacrum to give the counters. Okay. So they have to try to remove the Brutal. They really want the Arcanist. Soul Scarred Mage. Yep. We'll eat it, then we'll play the Dranith Magistrate. So we don't have to worry about their graveyard being recast. Let's go ahead and blink the Simulacrum now, to try to grow the Herder to get him outside of getting the negative counters from the Soul Scar Mage, since they do play removal. Dovin's Veto. And that is exactly what we were looking for. Let's take the Soul Scar Mage first. We'll go in with, and then that goes to a concession. What we were gonna do was swing in with these guys. If they killed the Simulacrum, we can always unearth it and blink it back into the field. But hit them so much and then bring back the Skyclave Apparition and target the Arcanist. So we didn't have to worry about it anymore in case they do remove the Magistrate, because that was the only thing keeping them from recasting anything from their yard. So I'd rather just get rid of it now than if they got rid of my Magistrate. I did not have to worry about them recasting. But fun games. And for as a little wrap up about the deck, it did do pretty well today, and this is a little bit of an older list. I'm sure there's a couple of cards you could change out that are a little bit newer and provide different things. This is just a best of one deck for historic. Um, this is one card that I'm having troubles if I want to keep it in or not. I like it just as a one, maybe as a two, to gain life and scry or to hit their graveyard, because my deck does not have any form of graveyard hate in the main deck. So this is a good one or two of, or you can just remove it. Maybe one more of these if you're looking into that. The simians are good for growing your guides whenever you're in a stale board. And then a cool thing you can do is when it dies, you unearth it and blink it back with the soul herder, and it no longer has to get exiled. But other than those small little changes you might be able to make, that's my version and maybe a little update on the lands. But it did pretty well today, even for a little bit of an older list. Alright guys, this is Adam and I'm checking out. Please like and subscribe the video if you like it and get more content. I'm currently going to be making another video, possibly with Explore Giants. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.